Hello, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and this is episode 35 of my Billionaire Minecraft series, where I will collect 1 billion iron ingots, gold ingots, diamonds, and emeralds using the All the Mods 6 mod pack in modded Minecraft 1.16. In today's episode, I am going to finally build a tier 8 void miner, and then I am going to test it to find out its best configuration in terms of what upgrades to use. So let's get started. So where I'm going to put this is underneath my base here, and I've actually built elevators that go down. So as of a few episodes ago, I actually had a reactor here. However, very recently I built this building right here with a reactor and turbines. And this setup will produce a whole lot more energy than I need at the moment, and a whole lot more energy than the reactor here produced. So I took it out. So what I've done is I've just dug straight down, and we can go down here without using the elevators to an area down here where I've cleared out a little bit. And this is where I'm going to put some of my void miners. So as we can see, it's a pretty tall chamber. It's pretty big, but it's going to be bigger eventually. But let's figure out exactly where I want to start out this void miner. So I'm not exactly sure how wide it is. I want to say it's maybe 13 wide, so I need to figure that out. And I want the center of the room to be here, so I'm going to count diagonally here to kind of find where I want to put the center. I think I'm going to try 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's try right here. So what I'm going to do is I need to figure out how tall this is going to be, and we can figure out the height of the void miner by adding the void miner itself to the laser lens holder to the laser core, and that equals 9. So the void miner should be 9 tall. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and this will be the top. So this will be 9. So let's get rid of this poor guy. And let's, actually, I might be able to hit it from down here. Let's get rid of these first, and him. And then let's hit let's dig straight down right now so that we can get down to bedrock for the laser there. Okay, there's the bedrock. Let's actually get rid of some of this junk that I don't need. Unfortunately, there are a lot of mobs around because I didn't light up this chamber as well as I could have. And then there's also just mobs up there in that darkened plateau. So let's just get rid of some stuff real fast. And then let's actually jump up on top of this for real fast. And then not do that, but we need to set the direction to be down. And let's see how big this thing is going to be. Did I actually place it correctly? It kind of looks like I did. So I wanted my aisles to be 3 wide here. And that looks like is what's going to happen here, because I'm going to put void arm miners over here, and then over there, and then over there as well. So this is just the first of many that I'm going to have down here, and this is kind of the configuration. Unfortunately, that skeleton was kind of wiping out these blocks here, but I can infer what most of them should be. So let's go ahead and start placing things down. And for whatever reason, it likes to do this on the first block that we place. It likes to not place it correctly. However, it doesn't use it or anything, so it's not really a problem. Okay, so... Oh, shoot. Did I place the... I already placed that. Never mind. Okay, cool. So that is that. And then we have 100 of these Zerothium structure panels. I should have hovered over the void miner when I had it in my inventory to show you exactly how much stuff I needed. It is 100 of these. And then what, 88 of these structure panels, I believe, if that is correct. And that might not be correct, but I think it is. That sounds right. So let's go ahead and start placing these guys. The vines might get in the way. I might have to kind of get rid of some of those. So that's not really a problem. I can get an axe from my ME system pretty easily down here because I have wireless access to that. So actually, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish kind of the outer ring here of these blocks, and then I'm going to work from there. Okay, so yeah, this is in the way here. I think that would be like that, but I'm not. Let me double check the pattern on the other side. there's kind of one lonely block. I kind of think I messed that up. Yeah, it does look like I messed that up because it looks like this block needs to be moved over one. So I think it needs to be right here, and then that's kind of the alone block. Yeah, that looks right now. So now we need to figure out the pattern coming in to the middle here, and I think it's just pretty simple here. And I really should have lit this up better because this is really becoming annoying. Oh well, I'll deal with it. And to be honest, I probably would have needed to light up like that plateau as well. So let's get rid of some of these vines real fast, at least temporarily. Once the structure is in place, it doesn't really matter if the vines grow near it, just as long as I can get the structure in place. So let's go ahead and finish the legs, or what you might call the legs of the structure. So I heard a creeper, and I don't like that. Oh my goodness, what is attacking me? Okay, so let's continue here. I'm not annoyed at all if you can't tell. But that's my own fault, to be honest. So let's just continue here. And if I remember right, this will just come straight in. So I know these should be Zerothium blocks here. And then there's just kind of a ring around the middle here. That needs to go. And I should actually be just about out of these things. And it looks like I've got all of them placed down. So let's go with the modifiers next. And for right now, I'm just going to use null modifiers just to see what the base attributes of this thing are going to be. So let's do that. And there's 20 of those. And then let's grab... I'm not sure where I want the item output and where I want the energy outputs. For right now, let's find the middle. Let's do one of them being the item output and then the other toward the middle being the energy. And then the other two spares can be energy as well. And then now we have, I think, just the structure panels to go. So that torch has got to go. I definitely need to put torches on the top side of this once I get all of these structure panels in place. And Mr. Vine, you're kind of encroaching again. Okay, so we should be getting kind of close here to being done. And then once again, that torch has got to go. It definitely looks like we are in need of some serious light right now. So that could be everything, and hopefully this will light up, so that's cool. That seems like the structure is valid. So let's go ahead and throw down some torches and then start tinkering. Actually, I need to hook it up to energy first, and then we can start tinkering with it. We also need to put a program in here, and I actually thought I had a program with me. Apparently I don't. So I should have a few programs in my ME system, and I do. So let's just, for right now, grab an ore miner program. Okay, yeah, we'll have to do with that. Let's throw that in here, and then while that's kind of waiting to read, let's throw some torches up here. And I'm gonna hit the F7 key to see if, oh, that's the wrong key. To see if I'm preventing spawns up here, and it looks like I could be doing a better job. Oh my goodness. I need to hold shift, otherwise that won't work. That one's already done. And then on these corners here, let's place torches on these singular corners. As well as maybe some torches out here, kind of around. Okay, I don't know what just hit me there. That was weird. Probably an archer somewhere hit me. Anyways, so I think that's all lit up around. Let's see what the specs are of this thing. So it doesn't have power, obviously, so I can't actually see the duration. Okay, that was weird. Okay, so the energy is going to be from over here. And let's just run this straight up to the ceiling. And actually I have really good reach, so I might be able to reach up from there. And then we'll run it kind of over and then up. There is a chest there. So yeah, we can run this straight over, I think. Sorry. Okay, now we can start heading over. Okay, now this is... I have a hover key somewhere. Oh, that's not the hover key. Yes, there it is. Hover. Because that'll help. Let's bring this over so that we get over our borehole here. And actually, I probably want to bring this straight down from the middle. So let's... Oh, cool. The hover is actually a complete hover. A lot of hovers on some of these jetpacks, you sink a little bit. But this seems to be a super stable hover, which is actually super fantastic. Makes things super easy. And, yep, I placed that wrong. Oh, well. I'll just run this straight down to right here. And then we can do that. I do want to get rid of this, though. Okay, so let's turn the hover off. And then let's see what the duration here is. Okay, so it doesn't have an inventory. That's probably the problem now. So let's give it an inventory to kick the items to. And I think it'll be easiest if I just put it down here. Let's put the storage module in here and lock it up. So yeah, it looks like we're getting stuff already. So let's see what the statistics are. Okay, so the duration is 10. That's already really fantastic. So basically you get 2 items per second at base. And that only costs 1,000 RF per tick, or 1,000 forge energy per tick. So that's pretty cool as well. So we can change those attributes. It's only giving us 1 item every half a second. And we can change that with these modifiers here. The bandwidth modifier will allow that item to be, instead of giving you 1 item, it'll give you multiple items. And then the frequency will just change the duration here. So let's first tinker with the duration to see how low we can get this number. So I'm going to do 1 at a time at first. So actually it's probably prudent to set this to single block. And we'll just start testing with 1 at a time to see how much this changes it. So now the duration seems to be 6. That's better. Let's see what the next one does. And I should probably shift click. This one does 3. Okay, so the next one is 3. Halves it. And I'm guessing this one will be 2. Okay, yeah. So I'm getting basically 10 items a second. I'm guessing that the fastest duration is just simply going to be 1 tick. So maybe this one will be 1, and it still might be 2 actually. Okay, so it says 0. Let's see if I'm actually getting a bunch of items. It does look like we're getting items, so it's actually going to be kind of hard to tell beyond using 4 of these upgrades here, 4 frequency upgrades. So for right now, I think I'm going to stick with 4 frequency upgrades. And I actually like things to be symmetrical, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just move them to be right here. And now we're going to start playing with bandwidth modifiers. And it's going to be a little bit harder to tell exactly how much stuff we're getting. But I'm going to try. Okay, so those are the frequency modifiers. I think I'm just going to go with 4. And the tick cost actually still isn't bad. It's only 2,161. And we are already getting lots of stuff, but we can do a lot better with the modifier upgrades. So let's go ahead and put in a... actually, it's a little bit hard to do. Let me think how would be the best way to do this. Because it's going to be really, really hard to see actually how much stuff I'm getting. And I actually don't know if there is like a limit to how many of these I can use. I'm actually going to tell my system to make a few more. Just because in case that there is no limit, I would want to put 16 of these things in here. Because that's as many modifier slots as I have left. So let's first off, let's see what the cost of 2 would be. like I said, it's actually going to be kind of hard to figure out exactly how much is going on here, because it's hard to catch which individual number seems to change. But it does seem to, wow, I saw that one jump by 7 and then 3, but then wow, that was jumping like crazy. So yeah, let's just go ahead and do 8 and see what the cost is as far as energy goes, because obviously more is going to be better and up until you hit a limit, if there is a limit, and then you're just kind of stuck. But holy crap, this thing is super cheap to run, and it's going to get me a lot of stuff. The unfortunate thing is that they're super expensive to build in terms of unobtainium specifically, but you also need vibranium and all the modium as well. So I'm actually going to hook this up to my ME system real fast, and then I'm going to throw on an import bus with 4 of these acceleration cards, and I'm going to see if I can't actually outproduce the acceleration card with all of the things I'm going to have, because that is actually a valid possibility. So my plan is to hook up to my ME system somewhere around, say, right here. So let's get this and break that 1 block, so that's fantastic. This first cable here, I'm actually not going to use the smart cable because I won't be able to see it very well, but the second one I am going to use a smart cable right here because I should be able to see it should I just fly up here and check it out. So once I actually start running this like so, maybe I won't be able to see it. I won't be able to see it, huh? So that's kind of unfortunate. Let me hit the hover button, and let's go down a ways, and let's just drop this straight down. And now I'm on something, and that something actually needs to go away. So let's throw another torch over here and some over there just to try to limit mobs. As we saw earlier, it's kind of a problem. It is kind of a super problem. So let's drop this down. I'm going to drop it to almost the level of the cable, but not quite. And then let's run this sideways because, like I said, I'm going to have a lot of void miners down here. So for right now, I'll just keep up the big ones, and then as I drop down, I'm going to drop down the smaller cables here, and we're going to use the regular covered cables. So let's drop this down wherever it needs to go, which would be like, say, right here. So I should probably start out from the bottom and go up. That way I know I'm dropping it the exact right spot. And I keep placing these cables where I don't intend to place them, which is unfortunate. So now let's just throw in an import bus. I do want to take off hover mode. It's annoying when you don't want to use it, but it's really nice to have when you do want to use it. So let's throw this import bus on here with the maximum amount of acceleration cards. And let's see if we're clearing this out once it hooks up. And it does look like maybe it's not keeping up. Holy moly. So this void miner right now is producing an absolutely insane number of items. And I might... Okay, so it does look like it's trying to keep up at this point. So let's go ahead and just throw on more bandwidth modifiers and see if we get to a point to where it can't keep up. So I might as well just go whole hog here and just replace the remaining modifiers with these bandwidth modifiers and see where that gets us. Can we defeat the import bus? If we can defeat that import bus, it just basically signifies that this thing makes a crazy amount of items. Something like more than 64 per second. Which I kind of assume will be actually, yeah, we should be there. So this number is now going up. We are making more items than we can import into the system. But we can actually fix that with more import buses. So let's do that. Let's hook up 2 more import buses, and we can easily just grab 2 more. We also obviously want the acceleration cards. And let's just hook them up on either side here of this guy right here. And then let's grab our covered cable again and do something like this. Okay, so are these should hook up pretty soon once it says device on. Let's see if we're actually going to be able to out import our production. It looks like it's still really tight. That's crazy. Let's check out the energy cost of all this because this is absolute madness. It's only 39,000 RF per tick. That is actually Considering how much stuff this is making, that's absolutely nothing. So that's really cool. It seems like this may or may not be optimum. I'm not sure. In the past, the fastest you could create things frequency-wise was every tick, but that might have changed. Actually, I'm not really sure how that code would work. Unless it would just be doing multiple things every tick, rather than one, say it does 2 operations. But anyways, yeah, we're making an insane amount of stuff with this configuration, which is just 4 frequency modifiers with 16 of the bandwidth modifiers. I have 3 import buses on this thing, and it's still not keeping up, which is absolutely mad. So if I take a look, let's look at my, for example, and I can't do that because I don't have gold ore in my system. It's all exported out. What is in my system that I can measure? Actually, holy crap, I saw where it spiked to 66 iron ore there, which is crazy. It's basic, holy moly. One way we can check this out is if I go up to one of my black hole units, and I think I have some in here, with iron ore somewhere. Maybe I don't have them over here. I have them somewhere. Okay, I think I actually put them in here. Yes. Actually, duh, I could just do this. No, it's exported. I don't think there's any way to look at the GUI of these things. I don't think there is a GUI for the Supreme Black Hole units. For the Black Hole tanks, there is a GUI, but not for these. If I put a storage button on this, I could read it down to the item by using my ME system. That's a thought. What is something that is just stored? Okay, so this ore right here is something that I'm generating. Unfortunately, am I generating? I'm not really sure. So I do actually want to change that program. So let me grab one of my program cards. So right now, I just want to make a lot of iron ore. So that's what I'm going to kind of do. So let me hit the F7 key, get rid of that light overlay. I do want to make an iron ore program here. And I do that with the memory programmer. With just any program, I can use a blank program or one that's already programmed. So what I'm going to do is ore metallic. We'll change this to a metallic miner because it's far more selective in what it can actually mine, including gold and iron. I don't think it will mine diamonds or emeralds, but for right now, I don't super need it to. In the future, I will set up void miners with, say, like the gemstone ore miner, because that would be things like diamonds and emeralds, and it would be more specific. But I also have these laser lenses, and these I really haven't played with, I don't think, on camera much. But if I remember right, if I use the white lens, that will up my amount of iron ore that I get. So let's do that. And let's run down here. Let's change out that program. And let's make lots and lots of iron. So right now, if we take a look at the mineable drops, if we take a look at iron, if we can find it, it is 5.47. We can do much better than that. First off, we'll just change to a metallic ore miner. And let's see where that gets us. So that gets us up to 13%. That's much improved. But we can do even better than that if we use a laser lens here. Okay, so that was weird. Did it actually apply my lens? I don't think it did. Yeah. So it's hard to tell because sometimes these lenses act funny in terms of like your inventory. Let's see if that's active. It is, I don't think active. Unless I'm using the wrong lens. Unless it's brown. I think it's supposed to be brown. And I can easily change the color of the lens with the lens thing that I had right there. Yeah, forget. Lens grinder, I think it's called. So let's go to colored lens. Let's go to brown, I think. And let's make this white lens into a brown lens. And let's try that out. Okay, so once it changes color, that basically lets me know that it is active. So let's see here. The iron ore is still at 13%. So that is, I know there's a lens that gives, I thought it was white. It gives us better iron ore. So let's actually just grab a few different lenses here. Let's get rid of a bunch of stuff that I don't need, which is basically everything here. Yeah, I didn't want to put that in my system, but oh well. Those things are probably trash. So let's grab just a couple of lenses here. I really thought it was white, so let's try white. Maybe it just was behaving weirdly. Sometimes it does that. And then we'll also do orange, maybe. I don't think that's right, but we'll try it. Actually, no, let's do yellow, because I know yellow is for gold. And by no, I mean I think. Oh, I need to go up, not down. Okay, let's go down. Hopefully one final time here. Figure this out. So let's throw in the brown lens. And it seems to be active. Let's see if it actually is. GUI is not working just quite yet. Okay, so it still shows 13%. I really thought that the brown lens was the lens. So let's take that out. Let's try the gold lens. Okay, so it's behaving weirdly again. Okay. Yellow. Gold. Okay, see, with this lens, we're getting 32% gold ore, which is going to be insane because we're getting a lot of ore. So let's shut this guy up and take a look at exactly how much gold we're getting, if we can kind of see here. It kind of looks like it's importing most of it away. Yeah, let's just leave it at that for right now, and let's go up to my black hole unit with gold in it and see if we can watch the number go up. So it is going up a decent amount here. About 100 every, I don't know, second maybe? Maybe every 2 seconds. But yeah, that's a lot of gold ore. And basically, we can do void miners that are kind of set to be each one of the different materials. And that's going to be really, really cool. But like I said, they're going to be really expensive to build. So I think that's going to wrap up today's episode. I know I spent quite a bit of time here at the end trying to tinker with this to get it to be the best configuration. I do have a lot of energy to spare, so I can easily build a couple more of these. No problems energy-wise. And so the next step is going to be actually processing all that ore into the gold ingots, the iron ingots, the diamonds, and the emeralds. So stay tuned for that, because that's going to be some pretty large-scale automation. So yeah, in today's episode, I built this void miner, and then I tried to optimize it. Hopefully I've come close to that. I am definitely creating a lot of material, so that's pretty exciting. Yeah, and I can do that many more times with many more void miners. So if you enjoyed today's episode, feel free to drop a like down below. If there's anything I could have done better or differently, just let me know down in the comments below, as I do try to read all the comments. Anyways, if you enjoy large-scale automation, definitely consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, as I will be using some very large-scale automation very soon in this series. So anyways, signing off, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and I will see you next time.